Hello my scrappy friends, welcome back to Nat Scraps. My name is Natalie Koenig and I am a close to my heart maker. Today we are celebrating Stamp-tember and all the wonderful specials that are on. This is my absolute favourite set from that, and we're going to use this today to create a cute little card. And stick around right to the end where I show you a layout that is inspired by this card, and it is adorable even if I do say so myself. What you've seen there is that I had die cut that beautiful cloud stencil. So it is the stencil that matches this stamp set. In this set, it comes with the stamp set, the thin cut, and a stencil as well. And if you're not sure of what comes with what sets in Stamp-tember this month, please check the first video I made, which has got all the sets, all the bits and pieces that come with each one. But during this series, I mix and match these sets to my heart's content. So you'll want to see all the different videos that we've created with all the different cards and stamping that we have done. Here I'm stamping out 3 of those cute little animals that are flying by and 3 balloons. So we are going to die cut those out, and I won't make you sit through that. There was a very quick, sorry, it was extremely quick look at the colours that I did use. You may want to go back and pause that if you want to check out which tricolour I used for the colouring in today. Here I am using the brand new masking tape that is in the catalogue to make a mask for these balloons. When I originally made these cards, I didn't use this technique, but I really didn't like the fact that they didn't have a white border like the animals. So here what I've done is I've stamped the balloon onto that masking tape. I'm just using a craft knife to cut out the circle and that little triangle at the bottom, and that's really important because that's what gives you that distinct balloon shape. I'm going to pop that over the top of my balloon, and then I am going to blend out with that. So the first color that I'm going in with is the fossilized amber, and you'll notice here that I'm blending around the edges and then coming around from the other side to leave a nice light area mimicking the reflection of the light in a balloon that we normally get. It's always better with these to start a little bit softer and then add a little bit of colour as you go. This masking tape I used several times, so I think I used this over about 5 different balloons before it gave out. So it really is quite sturdy, and you get a lot of uses out of it before you need to replace it. And the second balloon was the Twisted Citron, and this last one is done in peacock feathers, and that peacock feathers matches the Blue True tri-blend that we use to colour the little mousie. My balloons are done. I'm going to stamp Floating By to Say Hi, which is just the cutest little sentiment, but there's also Make a Wish and a few other ones on there. Again, go back, see that video where I really do a deep dive into all the different sets so that you have an idea of what each one is. I'm going in with Faded Jeans, and I'm just blending this die cut that I have created, and I'm starting off a little bit heavier at the top and I'm getting lighter and lighter as I go to the bottom. Now I did do this the opposite way to how I really wanted it, but I think it still looked really good in the end. So you'll see me turn it around and actually use the darker blue at the bottom and the end. Okay, so we're going to colour now, and first one I'm going to start off with is that little Tweety bird there. Now you may notice that under my colouring I have popped in a little bit of white paper. I always find that the alcohol markers tend to work a little bit better when they've got something to absorb through the cardstock into behind. So if you have a craft mat behind, or even the Versamat or a glass table, I don't find that the ink seeps through as nicely as when I do have some paper behind. So I've just got into that habit of placing that paper behind and using that. the little bird is done. So I'm not doing anything really out of the extraordinary with my coloring. I'm not, you know, I don't proclaim to be the world's best colorer at all. So I just stick to putting in some highlights and some lowlights and just work from there. So here I'm doing the little bunny ears a little bit darker with the darkest of this brown, and then I'll go in and do mediums in between. The one thing I do recommend when you're coloring an image with the tri-blends is to do an area and let it begin to soak in a little bit and come back. You'll see I don't overwork one area all at one time. I'll go back and forth over the whole image, and this means that you're letting it time to seep into that cardstock and to absorb away the alcohol and leave just the color there. So when you first put it down, it does look a little bit patchy, and you'll find that it will get a little bit lighter as it dries off, and less patchy, of course. And the little mousey here, who is just so adorable, and I am trying to bring in colors that are going to match with the balloons. So the little mouse, I'm going to do the turquoisey color that's very similar to the peacock feathers that I colored the balloon in. Now, of course, you could use the alcohol markers to color the balloons, but I do find that blending does give that smooth kind of highlighted area that we like to look at when we're doing the balloons. That is my 3 little animals. I'm going to fold my base card in half, and I'm going to attach the cloud thin cut to the top of that. Now, right here, you'll see the blue is at the top at the moment, and I'm going to attach that. After this video is done, I'll go back and I'll have removed that and turned it around on a new base card, because it is made upside down at this stage. As I said before, I did end up with the dark blue down the bottom. The reason why I have done this is that when I put the animals on, you will see that on the first card that I did, I kind of tucked the little animals like they're coming out of the clouds. And I really like that feeling of dimension that I get from being able to have their little feet tucked in behind the clouds and then popped up on the foam tape. And it gave the whole card a little bit of dimension. So this whole thin cut is done on the foam tape, as you just seen me putting on there. And then you'll see here when I go to put those little animals on, I go, they're not going to sit where I had them before. Now, I could do this. I could still get away with it. It just wouldn't mean that their little feet are popped in like they were before. And so I'm going to turn that around. And as I said, it means the card at this stage is actually built the wrong way. It's opening up to the right, not to the left. I will fix that after the video. It's an easy fix. So I'm just making sure I'm happy with all of those in those sections, and I am going to glue the balloons on, and then I'm going to magic mount those animals up. As I said, their little feet will go into the clouds, and then I will match up their hands and beaks to the little strings that are coming down off the balloons so that they look like they're floating by. This set is just the most adorable set. There's so many beautiful cards that I have seen made by makers, and that it blows me away. It's my favorite set by far out of the Stamp-tember sets, but all the sets are just so nice. So just adding a little bit of foam tape to the last little animal there. So this would be cute with the sending wishes and let's celebrate as well. Definitely. So there's let's celebrate, sending birthday wishes, make a wish, let's get this party started, wishing you a happy birthday and a happy birthday. Here I'm gluing on the little clowns that actually come out of that die cut. So they're what would be the leftovers, and I'm giving them a couple of minutes to dry before I trim them off. So this card, guys, is pretty much done. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the creation of this cute little card. Please check out the description below. It has all the links to Stamp-tember and things like that. And as promised at the start, here I'm going to bring in a second the layout I created that's inspired by this card. The layout uses the Celebrate You collection, which worked perfectly with the colours that I had chosen for the animals in this card, and the accessories just worked amazing too. So in the Celebrate You collection, there's an embellishment pack, and you'll see that I have used the balloons from the embellishment pack, the little acrylic, this is the this day, the hooray, and I have used some of the different stamps in the balloons that I have punched out. Now, I didn't colour the balloons on the layout because there was already so much colour, but you can see there the little clouds with all their little dimensions, the little arrows, things like that, and it just worked so well. Here I am just showing you quickly how I did the clouds. So it's just a quick stencil and just blending through, and then I blended over the top afterwards. So here you'll see where I've brought the stencil in and just making those clouds, moving them around, overlapping them a little bit so that some of them had 2 layers of the blue on them, some had just a single layer. And here's just another shot of that cute layout with all those little details and blending on it. Thanks heaps, guys. I've really enjoyed being with you today. I look forward to bringing you all the other things for the Stamp-tember. So join us again soon. Like and subscribe. Love your work. Bye.